My name is Panga Eve. I'm here to teach you switch statement using Java programming. Mostly switch statement, we use it in several ways, in several apps. Today, I want to show you how you can make it work in Java. So before we start, I would like to give you this concept of switch statement. Today, even though we are doing this in Java, but the way switch statement works in Java, it is the same way it works in C programming, the same way it works in C, same way it works with many languages. So today, let's start. So, switch statement. In previous lessons, I talked about conditional statements. We saw that switch statement is a part of conditional statements. These are statements in computer programming that help us to make decisions. So switch statement is among them. Just like a nested if, or rather, or the way that gives you several ways to test the conditions in computer programming. Last time, you can check on this channel, there is a video that shows decision making in Java using if, using else if, and using nested if. So switch statement, it is another way we can make decision, but switch statement, this is how it goes. A switch statement allows the variable to be tested for the equality against a list of values. Each value, it is called a case, and the variable being switched on, it is checked for each case. In other words, switch statement also gives us the way to test our condition several times, just like a nested if, but switch statement, it does it in a different way. I would like us to study this by starting with the syntax that we have here. If you can see syntax, switch expression. What is the expression? It is the variable you are going to check against the following conditions. So now case one, okay, call it condition one. Remember, we have seen this in nested if. So case one or condition one, yes? If case one, if this condition case one, it is true, then the task one will be executed. Break means it will stop. Break statement, it is used to stop the scope variable. Now, case two, if case one is false, means the program will check case two. If case two it is true, it will execute the task 2 and it stops there. And it will continue doing that until it reaches the final task. The final task, the default, like if there is no case that is correct, if there is no case that is true among the above cases, then the default case will print the false condition, the default clause. Then we close our switch. So I hope I can give you an example. Let me start my NetBeans. I'm going to create a Java program. Let me call it days of the week. Let me just call it days. It is a demo program. You can do this in several ways. Let me call it days. My project is called days. It is here. So it is here. Let me use this class days that was created by default by the in the main class. Okay. Here, what I'm going to do. First of all, I have to declare days. Let's say that you are going to input days as integer. Then once you input a day, the program tells you that maybe today we are on Sunday, today we are on Monday, today we are on Tuesday, like that. Yes? So like for instance, if you input Sunday, it tells you that today it is the first day of the week. Monday, like just like that. Or we can change it in another way. We can say months. Yes, we can even months. You put one tells you that we are in January to Feb, just like that. Let me do it in that way. Okay, let me create class. Let me create a class months. Let me create class months. Here we go. I hope you guys are following step by step. The first thing I do it is to write to bring my main function. I write my main function. Then I will input months just as integer, int m. Okay, let me say months. Oh, sorry. Month. Oh, let me say month. Okay, then I'm going to make sure that I input the number corresponding to the month via the keyboard. So this is what I'm gonna do. I will import my scanner library. Can you like this X? It's a new scanner. If it is your first time to land on this channel, please check the previous lessons. You will get a better understanding of Java program. If you can say I've imported java.tt.scanner as a library that helps me to input data from the keyboard. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to input. I'm going to say, hey, enter the number corresponding to the months you want to know. Corresponding to the month. You want to know. The month you want to know. Okay. Then I say that month, which is my variable, it is equal to x as a scanner variable that tells me to input x dot next integer, next int here. Then here it means my variable month is initialized. Yes. Now I can start my switch month. Remember, we are now going to implement our syntax. So switch month. So it means case 1, month 1, case 1. It means if I input 1, sorry. Case 1 means if I input 1. If I input 1, the system should tell me that the month is January. Yes? The month is January. Okay. Then it stops, break. Okay. If I input 2, it means case 2. If I input number 2, it tells me that the month, it is what? The month, it is February. The month is Feb. Okay. Then it stops, break. Okay. If I input 3, see, so it means the condition it is checking based on this integer value. If I input 3, it tells me that the month is March. Yes. It tells me that the month is March, then it stops. tells me that it is March, and it stops. If I input, then break, it stops. Case 4. Let me do this very fast. If it is equal to 4, then it will tell me that the month is April. If I input 5, you see, so if you input 5, it means it will check here this is false, it checks here this is false, checks here this is false, until it reaches 5. Remember, in the definition here we have explained that each value, it is called a case, and the variable is being switched on is checked for the case. So this variable, it is checking against the list of value that we have listed here. If it is 5, it will say May, that the month is May. Or if it is 6, it says the month is June. If you input 7, says that the month is July. If you input 8, so I've selected the very wrong example, but this makes you understanding better. To say is that this is August. If you input 9, tells you that this is what? September. If you input 10, tells you that this is October. If you input 11, tells you that this is what? This is November. The month is November. If you input 12, tells you that, hey, it's December. Okay, so when there is, like, let's say you input 13 or 15 or 20 by mistake, what takes place? It means, remember, on this syntax, there is a default case, so that displays when all the above conditions are false. Here, we say default, default, the month does not exist, or invalid, entry. Yes, so the month you've entered does not exist. If it does not exist, then it is what is going to be displayed here down once you input data that is not here, data that goes beyond the list. So guys, I hope you understand this. This is how to deal with switch statement. Normally, you can do the same program using if statement only. The program can be can use this as well. So you can use if, like if month is equal to 1, then you can print task month is January. If month is equal to 2, just like that. So let me run this, let me execute this, and we see okay, you see, hey, enter the number of corresponding month you want to know. Let me say I input 8 or 9. Let me input 9. 9. They tell me, hey, the month is September. Are you seeing that? Let me input 6. They tell me, hey, the month is June. But what happens when I input 13 or 14? Let me input 15. You see, the invalid entry. So the month you have entered does not exist. So guys, you see this from different apps, SSID apps. You see this kind of, we can even make the menu using this, but we shall do this in our programs. You can keep changing here and see. You can keep checking on this channel. You will find everything.